Today, we're breaking down one of the hottest topics in League of Legends, the current state of Gwen. I'm mixing things up by having some gameplay in the background, but don't worry, we'll be deep diving into why Gwen is such a problem and what Riot did with her rework and whether she'll ever be balanced. Let's jump right in. When it comes to Gwen these days, the numbers just don't lie. We're talking about a 50% ban rate with a 12% pick rate across both the top lane and the jungle role. And let's not even talk about pro play where she's basically pick or ban. Riot aimed to transform her into a bruiser, but it seems like things have gone off the rails. Instead of living up to that concept, I've still had more success experimenting with full AP builds rather than the usual Riftmaker setup. And let's be honest, the E-change isn't going to do anything. She's still going to have high ban rate and high pick rate next patch. And who likes this? Nobody. The Gwen OTPs hate it because we can't play the champion we like. I'm mostly just watching other streams. All the Gwen OTPs are either playing other champions or smurfing in lower elo. People just like playing versus her because she is too strong. What are we benefiting from this change? Let's dissect what's really going on. Originally, Gwen was a well-rounded champion with both solid early game and late game potential. In the laning phase, she had clear weaknesses, high burst with Q, but she had a very long E cooldown which was very abusable due to ganks or all-ins. Now that cooldown is so much lower, she doesn't have that weakness. She feels as if she has no bad matchups. Don't get me wrong, she still has bad matchups, but all her bad matchups, kind of like Jax, got so much easier. Now let's talk about Jungle Gwen for a bit. Before the rework, Jungle Gwen had weaknesses as well. Pick a strong early game jungler and just invade her 24/7 to the point she will never scale. Now with her E-change, it's basically impossible to do that because she has such a strong early game that you can't even invade her. And she has a lot more mobility because of the E-change too. Not to mention her level 6 ganks are so much more deadlier now because she has 20% more slow, meaning you can easily close the gap on the ganks. Didn't Riot a few years ago say they don't want a champion like Gwen in the jungle? So why is she played in the jungle more than in the top lane? And what can be done about it? Let's analyze the potential changes. Early game changes. Riot can keep nerfing her early game and stats. She has so little stats that she won't be able to fight back anymore. This will basically bring her back to the old state where she was weak early game but she scaled. What does this accomplish? Absolutely nothing. Late game changes. Nerf her scaling to the point she is spike tier, but this would make her lose her identity as a scaling champion. We can revert her to the old state. This is by far my favorite. She was a fine champion before, with clear weaknesses and a lot less oppressive early game than she has now. They could revert her to the old state for now and maybe think of a better rework than this one, because this one is just not balanceable. Maybe Riot Games does find a solution and fixes the current iteration of Gwen, where she won't have 50% ban rate and won't be pick or ban in pro, but the E-change is not going to be it. She's still gonna be OP, she's still gonna be banned, she's still gonna be pick or ban in pro play. Whether you're a Gwen main or just follow the meta, there's no denying that her current iteration has a lot of issues. I would like to hear what your guys' thoughts are in the comments and how you would change Gwen. Which build have you found the most success with, and do you think the nerfs are in the right direction?